money, earn money, save money and buy things. Living beyond the economic cycle is impossible. What trends are dictated by world markets and how does it affect consumers? Watch it in People and Economy. In this program you will know how much florists earn during public holidays, what is the difference between roses from Holland and Kazakhstan, and who sets prices at the global flower market. The flower business is paradoxical by its nature. On the one hand, it seems ephemeral because sellers have to do with seasonal goods which fade and deteriorate within several days. On the other hand, the flower business is quite stable because various events, such as family celebrations, anniversaries and weddings, are natural parts of life of any person. And that means that we need flowers all year round.
Я думаю, что это было всегда, потому что люди...
I think that people had always liking for something beautiful. Floristry appeared in ancient times. As far as I remember, the first sample of flower arrangement was discovered in the tomb of the king Tutankhamun, which was decorated with flowers. People used to decorate their houses during holidays, birthday parties, and so on. So I think that this is an eternal part of our life.
Атрибут вечный.
Nowadays, no event, be it a wedding, anniversary celebration or even ordinary child's birthday party, is arranged without a floral specialist's assistance. The need in floral specialists has given rise to the creation of special schools, courses and trainings which do not last very long and cost about 30,000 tenge. Kristina Inozemtseva is a floristry teacher. She began her career about 7 years ago. After undertaking a vocational training, she studied floriculture and finally decided to teach other people the basics of the flower science. Along with that, the woman says that the attitude towards floristry in our society is changing day by day.
В Казахстане это все начало недавно.
In Kazakhstan, the development of floristry began not so long ago. This comes to us from Europe and Russia, where it is more developed. Nowadays, flower shops and stalls are being replaced by flower studios. Therefore, we teach our students taking into account all these aspects.
Сейчас стараемся обучать.
People have been cultivating flowers since ancient times. Historically, flowers symbolize human emotions from joy to sadness. In addition, flowers are considered a nice present. However, in different times, people had different attitude to such gifts. For example, our grandfathers often regarded booklets, especially those which were given them for no special reason, as some caprice and waste of money. But now, traditions are changing and floral arrangements are becoming an integral part of our interior environment.
Востребованы, я думаю.
The demand for that emerged 5 to 7 years ago because earlier people were more interested in artificial flowers. But then they understood how beautiful natural flowers were and started to order not only bunches of flowers, but also relevant flowers as decorations for weddings, birthdays, corporate and even New Year parties.
Букеты, ну и оформление.
Flower arrangers, floriculturists and flower sellers used to joke that the 8th of March is a day which can provide them with food for the whole year. Altogether, during holidays, flower saloons earn up to 30% of their annual profit. In the meantime, in non-seasonal days, in January or May, realtors reduce purchase of goods up to 40%. The highest sales of flowers can be observed on March the 8th, February the 14th, World Teachers' Day, the first school bell and state examinations. The flower business is always a game with mentality. Who gives flowers to whom and on what occasion or when it is customary to give flowers? Any flower seller should take these details into account.
Сейчас
According to my calculations, nowadays people give flowers to other people for no reason. Most of our customers are women. For example, when a woman likes some picture, she can buy it for her friend, mother or sister. Men in most cases wait for some event, such as birthday or something else.
это девушки, женщины.
Along with mentality, fashion of course also plays a very important role in floristry. Therefore, in order to increase the demand for their products at the market, local realtors should always be informed about the last trends and buying mood.
На данный момент
Currently, most of people prefer pastel colors. They disclaim bright spots and choose quiet colors. The same thing is with flowers. The majority of customers arrange bunches which consist of such flowers as peony or peony roses with some ordinary filled flowers. Boho style is also very popular nowadays. In the meantime, florists are not the only persons who understand that the flower business can be very profitable. Thus, many amateur horticulturists have turned into successful entrepreneurs. For instance, Roman Matasov's mother, even when she was a student, enthusiastically grew pot and garden flowers and did not even notice that her hobby became the life work of all her family. We breed a lot of types of flowers. In our nursery there are more than 1,000 of them. Some species have several subspecies. Among them there are outdoor plants which pass winter here at home. We also have pot plants which grow in different regions of the world and various climate zones, from mild to tropical. Refusal of fresh-cut flowers in favor of live ones is another trend of the flower market. Roman strongly supports this tendency, and over the last several years he has been working in this area. We have focused on collections. In other words, we try to breed as much plants as possible. Among them are ornamental, fruit-bearing, exotic, spicy and other plants. This is a specific feature of our nursery. However, we more specialize in pot plants and try to convince people that they would give to each other live plants. According to the statistics, about 70% of flowers are imported from abroad. Annually, more than 20,000 roses, tulips and other plant species to the amount of more than $20,000 million are delivered to Kazakhstan. The main buyers in the country are residents of Astana and Almaty, who purchase about 80% of flowers. Flower market size in Kazakhstan is approximately $100 million. Imported products at this market account for about $30 million. The principal suppliers of flowers are Ecuador, the Netherlands and Colombia. Flowers are also delivered from China and Uzbekistan. As for local floral products, domestic firms mainly specialize in breeding of roses, which are the most in demand at the market. In local greenhouses, we breed good roses. The only difference with roses from Holland is that those flowers have more colors, but their disadvantage is that they do not smell. Initially, I worked with local flowers and attached great importance to smell. Currently, we work more with flowers from Holland because they have a lot of beautiful colors. But I would say that they are of lower quality. In addition, we don't know when they were cut. According to experts, the flower business in our country can be conditionally divided into 4 main segments: importers, sub-purchasers, domestic producers and sellers. The major hazard for wholesalers is miscalculated quantity of purchased goods. Retailers also run a risk as flowers are a perishable product. Nonetheless, the number of people who want to earn money on flowers does not decrease. Only in Almaty there are more than 8,000 flower shops, without taking into account unregulated street trading on bazaars. Annual income of a flower shop varies on the average between $10,000 and $40,000. Average purchase size makes up from 3 to 16,000 tenge depending on season. The emergence of online shops is a new trend in business development. The public interest towards them will be only rising, and not only because of widespread use of the internet. Due to the particular characteristics of the virtual business, which does not require opening sales outlets, markup of flower price in online shops does not exceed 30 to 40%. For reference, markups in real shops can reach 200%. We have set up a website with a count of various seasonal flowers. In general, e-shops have become more relevant. It is very convenient for people because they do not need to go anywhere. There are a lot of offices where people celebrate birthdays. It often happens that near such business centers there are no flower shops, so then people need to go out and spend their time in order to find such shops. But at the same time they can enter a proper website and order flowers, which will be delivered to them in a short time. It is very convenient.
Нет цветочных магазинов, как раньше были, да?
Flower trade is a customer-oriented business. Many things depend on a seller's skills to set up relations with customers and turn them in regular buyers. Then they will be included into the customer database on the basis of which wholesalers purchase floral products. This fragile pyramid needs a support. Nowadays, our government willingly provides such assistance to the small business. Local authorities render us support where possible. Since recently, the local administration has been suggesting us various platforms for trading in the format of holiday fairs. All that is absolutely free, so we feel some support and some development in this area. The income of the global flower market is estimated at $60 billion. More than 80% of flowers sold and purchased around the world participate in the auction that takes place in Aalsmeer, the Netherlands. The best roses are delivered there from Ecuador, Colombia, Ethiopia and Kenya. Irises and pinks from Spain, Turkey and Israel. In the meanwhile, the best tulips are still bred by small Holland. More than 20 million flowers pass through the auction daily. 12 million roses are sold only during 4 hours of the stock market's work. It is worthy of note that personal presence of buyers at that event is not necessary. Instead of that, they can become bidders online. Prices start high and then go down in a short time. It is important to emphasize that this auction dictates flower prices at world markets. In Holland, this has been an official business for many years. Everything there is well coordinated. Of course, there are some drawbacks, but in general, flowers are bred according to the most up-to-date technologies and can be sold during 1 or 2 weeks after cutting. Moreover, they can stand at buyer's home another 10 days. In total, such a flower can stand 30 days. In distinction from CIS countries, in some Asian states giving flowers to women is not accepted. This is linked to traditions of Asian people. Indeed, a wrongly arranged bunch of flowers can be even regarded as a sign of disrespect. Because of that, people in such countries are very careful of choosing flowers. In contrast with people from the Asian region, European men got used to give flowers without cause. According to the statistics, 75% of men in Holland, Germany and the UK buy flowers 2 to 3 times per month. For comparison, in CIS countries only 4% of men do the same. Europe is also a leading exporter. The Netherlands is the main supplier of flowers to world markets. Thus, 70% of bunches consist of Dutch flowers. The fast-growing flower business in Europe attracts investors from all over the world. Along with floral products, seeds also stir interest among foreign purchasers and producers. European-style bunches are the most popular and fashionable trend in the floristry. Currently, everything is tending to Europe. It is expected that European bunches will be very fashionable. Probably something will disappear from the flower market and something will emerge. For example, it can be some French style which is considered very fashionable. Spring holidays in our country is a time of high profits from flower sales. Some experts estimate that it can reach $500,000. In Kazakhstan, about 50% of families buy flowers on a regular basis. In France, this proportion reaches 60%, in the UK 63% and in Germany 76%. Switzerland demonstrates the highest consumption level of flowers per capita, or 90%. In the US, it is 28%. Not so long ago, residents of New York, Ashley Custer and Christine Harker, started an unusual business in the form of a mobile flower shop. The women travel within the city in a special minivan, which in fact plays the role of a mobile greenhouse with a cooler, electricity and water supply system. Flowers are cut in the presence of buyers at their option. Ashley and Christine say that local residents are unable to breed pot flowers in their small flats, so they decided to please them with ecologically clean bunches without pesticides and preserving agents. Prices of such bunches are exceptionally low and vary between $20 and $50.